Hey, welcome to day number 5 of the traffic challenge. Guys, I'm so excited. We're halfway there though. You guys got to make sure that you're posting your videos in the designated areas. I'm going to show that exactly I'm going to show you where to post those in just a bit. But guys, today we have a very special training. They're actually students of mine who started in 2021. They actually started out a little bit slow, didn't get a high ticket sale for a while. But now they're hitting $20,000 months. Okay. His wife just quit her job, a 6-figure job. So I'm really, really excited to bring them on. But real quick, I want to show you guys where you could post your challenge videos. Okay. So let me show you real quick and then we'll get into the training. Okay. So if you go to the 72-hour challenge group, this is where the challenge is held. You're going to want to go to day number 5 and post your videos here, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but basically I'm pushing you out of your comfort zone, okay? Start creating videos, start making content, and post them in the group so more people can support you guys, okay? So anyways, let's get into the training. I'm really, really excited about today because we got a husband and a wife, okay? They're past students. They started out basically no sales for a while, but they kept learning. They kept understanding how this process worked, okay? Now, they've mastered how to turn a cold lead, a cold prospect into a high ticket sale, right? How can we turn someone from complete cold to buying a high ticket product, okay? They have a 3-step framework, and I'm really, really excited because they're going to show you exactly what they do and more importantly, how you guys can take action today. So I want to introduce David and Amanda McCarty. What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
I'm doing so good, man. And Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, tell us a little bit about when you started. You know, I know you mentioned before we got on the call, it was kind of slow in the beginning, and then you got your first high ticket sale maybe 6-7 months in. But after that, the past few months, you've been hitting 20K per month. Amanda, you just quit your job as a nurse. David, you're right there. I know you said you're about to quit your job. So really, really impressive that you guys have been able to see these types of results. So tell us a little bit more about your backstory and kind of why you started, all that good stuff. Before that though, guys, comment hashtag cold to hot down below, okay? Because we have a really, really awesome training. They're going to show you exactly how to do that, okay? So comment cold to hot down below, and I'll let you guys tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. All right. So in October of 2021 is when I joined up with Jonathan Montoya's program, Freedom Breakthrough 2.0. Did the 3-day challenge first. So my journey literally started with $7. Nice. Initially, I was with David Sharp's program, Legendary Marketer, and it's no insult at all whatsoever, because I know there's a lot of colleagues that we have that are with Legendary Marketer. It just didn't, my personality didn't match. My personality more so matched with Jonathan and how he was doing things. I understood his language rather than David Sharp's language.
Yeah. He only went to day 5. He didn't do the whole program. He stopped at day 5.
In the 15-day, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So after that, I got into the 3-day challenge, the $7 3-day challenge.
The OG challenge, right?
That's right.
That's awesome.
And, it took me about 3 weeks. I had no tech skills. I knew nothing about sales funnels. I knew nothing about get response. I had no idea what I was doing. But because of Jonathan's 3-day challenge, I was able to take and put it all together at my pace. With my lack of, tech, I was still able to do it. So once I got into it and I was done, I was like, now what? Then I went all in and then started going at it. I was working 3 jobs at one time. I was a paramedic working a full-time job, 2 part-time jobs. Amanda is a ER nurse, and we were living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, there were times when we didn't see each other for 5 days at a time because of our schedules. Mm-hmm. That's just us, but it really affected our kids as well as they got older, because they started depending on us more so than television and the toys that they were playing with. So we had to find a solution to how we could take and, number one, put our family back together, because we were at odds and ends because she was gone and I was here, and I was like, why are you working?
So
and it just became chaotic for us.
Yeah.
we thought money was the problem, right? And so I left my staff job and started traveling, and I made really good money, like $3,500 to $5,500 a week.
Yeah.
But it was at a great sacrifice, right? And so we then saw that money doesn't always solve problems. Like, we had plenty of money to pay everything and do things, but our marriage was about to crash. Our kids were, there was no consistency. We couldn't get them all because everybody has different priorities and rules. And our house was a disaster. It was a beautiful house, right? But it just, our life inside was awful. So initially we got started because David was going to stop EMS and travel with me and like homeschool the kids and travel. And then that's not what happened. Actually, we actually sold our house in Kentucky, moved to Florida. I quit my 6-figure job. David has not worked for the past 6 months. He just went back for insurance purposes.
Okay.
So it was.
So
and you recently quit your job, right, Amanda? Like November.
Yeah.
November.
So
like 3-4 months ago. Well,
Actually,
congrats on that. That's so cool.
You don't even know this, right? Like, so the day Freedom Accelerator launched, was the day that night we closed 5 sales that day. David and I was miserable because I took a break and I went back, and David was like, "If we can close these sales, we'll make your money, income, and then we'll get it figured out, right?" And so, at 1 o'clock in the morning, after the launch of Freedom Accelerator, I sent him and said, "Hey guys, I can't anymore. Like, I'm done."
Yep.
Wow.
So she did.
You were just totally sick of it. Like, I'm done.
Yeah, because what they were doing was they were going to cut her contract early. And they said, but we want you to come in the last 4 days and work 4 days straight, 12-hour shift in a very extremely busy hospital. Yeah. And she said, I don't want to go back. And I said, we're getting ready to move. And I said, tell you what, let's see how this weekend goes. And we will take and literally decide whether you're going back to work or not. So the night of Freedom Accelerator,
15th, right?
We got the first one, but we closed, 5
in 24 hours.
5 and 24 hours. And I said, babe, guess what? Don't go to work. Tell them you're done.
Wow.
The greatest feeling in the world.
Oh, dude, yeah. I remember that feeling for sure. That was amazing. But that's awesome. And the thing is, you had the confidence to be able to do it because you had done a lot of the work in the beginning, right? So you weren't seeing sales for a while, it seemed like, and then all of a sudden you just started learning your framework, right? And that's kind of how it is with this business. Like, people will learn, what I teach, but then eventually you then figure out what works best for you, right?
Well, I truly learned how to leverage you.
Right. We learned how to qualify people.
Yes, it was leveraging you, learning how to qualify people. And, of course, building that relationship, building that trust is a huge thing in this industry, as anybody knows. Yeah. But once you can gain that trust, you work as hard as you can to keep it, and you prove yourself every day.
And we were able to, and that's what this framework will show, is we were able to consolidate through all daily activities. So we strategically create content that encompasses all the things you need so that the selling part is easy, right? Yeah. So you want to do the main work. And that's kind of like the 1, 2, 3 framework can look overwhelming, but it's very simple. And so we simplified it.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm excited to learn it. I'm excited to see like what you've taken and kind of been able to figure out on your own. I know everyone's excited for this as well. So if you guys are excited, comment #excited down below. Amanda, David, I'm going to let you guys have probably seen the trainings prior, the live training. So you know what I'm going to say next, right? I'm going to be giving $100 to the most engaged person. So as they're starting the training, I know they can see the comments, so they'll be able to see like who's commenting the most and who's the most engaging. We'll do Q&A at the end as well. So we'll, if you guys have questions for Amanda and David, we'll do that at the end. But either way, you guys can still comment throughout the training, and I'll let you guys pick a winner. How's that sound?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Awesome, guys. So Let's go ahead and get started. So you want me to share screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ready to go? Okay, so make sure that works. Okay, I've seen a blank screen. Can you guys see screen down below?
Where to go?
Let me see.
Right there.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome. So I'll let you guys do your thing. Do me one last favor, guys. If you guys are watching this live, comment #live down below, just so I know who watched this live. I know most people will be watching this on the replay, so comment #replay if you're watching this on the replay. All right, David, Amanda, crush it. Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is David. This is my wife, Amanda, and we are Passively Living. So today's training, we're going to show you how we take a cold lead to a hot lead, to a buying lead. We're going to show you what we do in the background. We're going to show you a little bit about our journey, and we're going to take questions after we get done with that. But as you can see right here on the screen, I am gold ranked with Jonathan, and so far right now with combined programs, we're at 25,000. So we're not
Jonathan's programs.
Yes, with Jonathan's programs, we're not super affiliates. We're just right ahead of you. So to say that you can get here is absolutely possible. Now, our conversion rate is 57%. That is taking referrals to buyers. Jonathan absolutely can corroborate that because it's in the back office. But guess what? You can do that as well. It's just a matter of tactic. It's a matter of being honest and straightforward. And that's all there is to it. Next one, please. So here you will actually see the difference between your beginning and your end. Actually, I'm going to say your journey, the beginning and the rest of your journey. So my first low ticket sale and refund was actually in January 31st in 2022. You can see it there down at the bottom. This is when I actually took and treated this business. I was still kind of like, well, you know, and and came up with all the excuses, had the wrong mindset, and did everything absolutely wrong, in my opinion now. So this is how I treated it as a side hustle. When we actually started changing our ways, and when I realized that I had wasted so much time, and I said, you know what, this is a business. I need to treat it like a business, and I need to put everything I got into it. That's when I started redoing things, reformulating everything that I did, and we still do that today. And as you can see, June 20th of 2022, we went to $1,122.75. And at the time of that, I was actually filling up her gas tank, which was actually quite amazing. So to say that I got home very quick is an understatement. We're going to cover the cold to hot traffic, the 3-step framework, lead generation, which is your cold traffic, lead qualifying. Qualifying is actually going to be really, really, really important. And then we're going to get you to the close. So cold traffic, of course, refers to people who are not familiar with your brand or your product, even yourself. They may have never even heard of your business, and they're just starting the process of, you know, how can I get out of my job? What can I do? Warm traffic refers to people that have shown some level of interest in your brand, your products, you. These individuals may have visited or have been reading your blog or your Facebook post or something thereof, and they are right there with you, but they're not quite there yet, right? Does that make sense? Give me one in the comment if this is making sense, please. But hot traffic refers to the people who are ready to buy. These are the people that you've gone through, you've vetted, you've given them the information, you've given them all of your attention, and you have gone through the process the right way so that you can get their confidence level up, because, you know, we're going from one mindset to another. Go ahead. Okay,
so this is just the technicalities of the 1, 2, 3. And this is what really confuses people. You know, defining a target audience, easier said than done. Identifying lead sources. The lead magnets are great. Jonathan does all that for us, so that's wonderful. And promoting them, he teaches you all how to do that. But the defining an audience and finding out what platform works for you is pretty much the hardest things in this for new people. Then you have lead qualifying, and this is like the technical side of that. And this is what confuses everybody, all the marketing jargon, whatnot. So I'm not going to read that, but I want you to read. You'll get the PowerPoints later so that you can match up what this means, because we're going to simplify all of this for you and show you how we consolidate our efforts and encompass all of these things. So when you close, there's the presentation, the objection handling, negotiations, and close the deal. So I learned early on that if we focus on the front end and we do all the prep work, the close is easy, right? So how did we consolidate that? One thing that you need to understand is marketing 101, a confused customer never buys, but a confused marketer will never make a sale. So, keep that in mind. You have to speak clearly and understand what you're doing. So how do we use Awaken Leads?
As medical professionals, we love acronyms.
Right. Yeah. Yes, that is correct. And honestly, we'll talk about how we brought our medical background into this. But every aspect of any type of business where you're in any type of customer service, you use the same skills. So really, it's not nearly as difficult as we overthinkers make it out to be. So I hope to be able to show that to you. So in our short form content, actually, David is more of the content creator. We use Awaken, and A is awareness. So how do we solve their XYZ problem? We bring awareness to opportunity,
transformation, the lifestyle, personal growth. How this will actually transform your life is what you want to actually show to everybody out there, because when they see your transformation, they are going to want that more than anything else. But also the low cost, the community, the learnability. I have no tech skills when I first started, or I had no tech skills when I started this. And look at where I'm at today. I'm not a super affiliate per se, but I am definitely a different person. And that's the path that I'm on. And we are striving for even more so.
So one thing I want to point out, through my research, and you, those of you who don't know me, I am a nerd. Okay. Like, I am a research nerd. I love it. But one thing I learned about this business early on is that people started to really take to social, especially during the pandemic, for the community. So if you can tie in and display the community, and I mean, we have made family out of this business all over the world. People I would have never met otherwise that I love, like my children and my mom. I mean, so the community is huge. But another thing is, personal growth and personal development is way more popular. People want that more than make money online. So how do we tie those two things together, right? The money is a bonus, but look at what I did. And for me, I was a procrastinator. It took me 6 months to buy a $300 vacuum. Like, it was ridiculous. And I lived in the same town for 39.75 years. We got off a cruise ship and was driving through Florida and building a business. And I said, this is the place that makes me happy. This is the place I want to be. I need to give our business the best opportunity to succeed. We're staying the night, pull over, let's find a hotel. We're going to buy a house here. And in 24 hours, we put an offer on a house hundreds and hundreds of miles away from home and moved our family.
So you got to understand, on October 15th of last year, we got off a cruise ship. By October 17th, we bought a house. Didn't even make it home yet.
No. So that is a huge transformation. W, walk with me. So I know if you are on YouTube, you see the kids playing with kids and unboxing and all that kind of stuff. Why do they do that? It's called mirror neurons. When you watch somebody do that, you're like 80 to 90%. Your brain feels like you're in that activity with them. So David is really, really good at all of this kind of content. I do this in the background for him. But he makes the content. So he shares experiences. You want to?
Yep. So I share real-time experiences, attending coaching calls. I do document the journey. She actually does a little bit more than that. But it's vitally important, especially when you're first starting off, that you have to celebrate the small and all wins.
Especially before you have monetary results, right? Because not all results revolve around money. People want to see growth. So, and they want to be able to see that they can do it. So like David will do it while he's driving. He'll make content about driving. He'll make content to show, like, one of his most popular videos, he was at work in uniform by the ambulance.
And I made, the video was, you make what, $1,100 in 2 weeks? What if I could show you how to make $1,100 in 1 day? And that video just went boom, just blew up. But you got to have those aha moments. And that's why we celebrate the wins, you know, building the funnels, building the bridge page, the videos, getting on camera, all that stuff is something to celebrate when you actually achieve that goal of it's done. And once you do that, you need to share that so you can actually give that out.
But it also, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. We're still working on this whole sharing the camera thing, guys. So bear with us here, because I'm the big talker. So I'm going to tell you another aspect of why do we share these? Because if you take 5 seconds and because when you guys finish achieving the goal you set to do, building out your funnel, recording the bridge video, doing all your workflow, you're very, very excited. So if you take 5 seconds and put yourself on camera and say, oh my God, I just finished my workflow. This is amazing. Post. People are going to go, what's a workflow? What are you happy about? What's a funnel? A bridge page video? What do you mean? But it also has another benefit to show other new marketers, hey, I can ask her, how'd you get your bridge page video? Now we're building this network online. We're building connection between fellow marketers. We're building a whole lot of things, but we're generating curiosity, right? And that's ultimately what we want to do. Aha moment. This, like, I was today years old when, you know, they make this about aluminum foil, people. Pull it in your business, okay? And then highlight network and community.
Yep. Also, other student successes. Highlight the community, start networking, start working with each other, because you will, you know, strength is in greater numbers. So make sure you actually communicate with each other.
One thing I teach, it's this button, sorry. One thing I teach my students is if you always talk to one another about your ideas and you have a really good idea that no one's tried, your name is going to start to come up in conversation even when you're not there, right? And that is an authority building powerhouse, right? So if you start to share ideas, and I do not fear competition because people buy from people, and I know we don't overlap audiences. So that makes me very comfortable sharing with other fellow marketers. Who relates to you is not going to relate to me, and that's okay. But you start to build your authority in the community because your ideas start to shine, okay? So, ask thought-triggering questions and highlight your solution.
What is, let me pause you real quick.
You're good. Yeah.
Thought-triggering questions. Do you have any idea what that does? How many of you are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki? Go ahead, put a 1 in the comments. Robert Kiyosaki, you're familiar with him. You've read his book, so on and so forth. But one of the things that he said is your mindset. If you think with a statement, your brain's going to shut off. But if you think with a question, your brain's going to turn on. Your brain, from a medical point of view, is a muscle in which you have to use in order to take and make it grow. So you want to ask those thought-triggering questions, highlight your solution, so on and so forth.
Sorry, I'm just taking notes of something I want to bring up later. If not, I'll forget. So now when David got started, I you guys, listen, I was not as supportive of this. No one sold me on affiliate marketing except myself. I got into this by research because he started to make money and I thought I was going to go to prison, and I did not want to be Bernie Madoff's wife. Okay. That's how I got in. And then I realized I was so very wrong. So David started a TikTok when he started marketing, right? And I used to make fun of him. Like, what are you doing all these nonsense moves? I would walk in the room and there he'd be. But I recently started tracking this. And so as of last night, he had 465.2 thousand views on TikTok and 34,000 likes. And this is his most recent over here. Shoot, viral video here. I hope you can hear it.
I don't know if I could hear it completely. You might have to turn up the audio on your end.
How do I do?
Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't worry. Just go ahead.
So go watch this video if you would like, if you can't hear it very well. But that video has what, almost 300,000 views.
It's at 247,000 views the last time I checked. But what it is I took what I did and what I did now, compared it to each other, and it was just a simple 1-minute video, but it was great. It turned out really well.
He also uses like the raise. That was very, very popular. The percentage of a raise. So when you do these, you got to make those mental connections with people. So he was like, if you get a 3% raise, that's X amount of dollars per year on X amount of salary per week. And he does the math, and he's very good at these faces. I'm awkward. He just does it naturally. But those are the things that make connections, right, with people.
So you want to take and look up your the pain points. For example, people are not happy with their raises. What she was referring to is 3% on $50,000 is $1,500. And I did a video on this as well. But $1,500 over 52 weeks is $28.65 a month. Well, or a week. So if you take and you look at that, you can't even fill up your gas tank per week with that raise. So how do you actually conquer that pain point? Well, I can show you how, you can make, $1,500 a day or $2,000 a day, whatever it is, whoever you're leveraging.
Right. You got to make it make sense to them. I could work 2 hours a day and make $1,000 a month, even if I only made one sale. But I could work 2 hours a day of overtime and never hit that level. So, okay, now you've got me thinking, right? But like I can see myself doing this and why it would be beneficial for my family.
Knowledge, challenge objections.
So this is me, right? This is my analytical brain. And this is the things that no one could answer when I got into this. And I thought it was a scam. Okay. So since then, David has been so kind to bring in my analytical nonsense for people, because I'm not the content maker. Okay. So be knowledgeable, right? Show me the money. No one could ever tell me where the budget was. Where's this money coming from? So, and I'm happy to let you read it. I put it in a blog post. I traced marketing back 102 years. Actually, I went back to the 1700 peddler, but I wrote up 102 years. And I showed the transition from the 1900s to currently. And all affiliate marketing is a digital repurposing of traditional marketing. Then we brought in the social aspect of it. And so also, but everybody has ad-free services now, right? So brands don't have access to people. How much do they used to pay for a Super Bowl commercial? So people can make sense of, the budget's always been there. It's just in a different place now. Explain what affiliate marketing is, And this is also very huge. This is one thing that has helped us tremendously. Do we only promote the course? No. So we promote course links as a paid internship to build a digital resume. Why? Because when I got started, I had 0 channel. David had some, I did not. I went and plugged and played everything Jonathan said into high ticket affiliate programs in a different niche that I got rejected for, right? Now, David was approved because he had been doing this. He had the traffic, he had the engagement, he had the conversions. But me as a brand new person, no, it did not work. So now I appreciate what promoting the course link does for you. And I can demonstrate that, right? David did this, how it differs from an MLM. You want to, the content, the pyramid that you made?
I mean, so MLM, you don't make any money from anybody else. You make it from the companies that you promote. That's it, period, done, over with. The biggest pyramid in the world today is your job.
CEO, yeah.
So if you look at a job, you have your CEO, you have your board members, you have your supervisors, you have your managers, then you have all these employees. That's the pyramid scheme.
Yeah. So what he did is he took a picture of the CEO hierarchy, took all the words out and all the titles and published that. And it's like, this is a pyramid scheme. No. And then the next day follows it up with everything labeled, right? And it's the CEO, the directors. And so it shows like you are so concerned about a pyramid scheme that you've been gripped into one with administration. And now look, right? So no matter what seems like a quality thing today, you're like, damn, excuse my language.
So let's talk about this. I'm going to ask a question. Give me a 1 if you have heard any of these companies. Expedia.com, hotels.com, cars.com. Have you heard of any of those companies? Apple Vacations. Ever heard of those? Give me a 1 if you've heard of those, because I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to ask you a question. Does any one of those entities actually own any properties? Does hotels own any hotels?
Hotels.com. Do they actually own physical property?
Folks, those are affiliate companies. It's not a scam. It's that simple. Looking at current and future budget projections, books, and resources. As you can see, I have a bunch of books up here. Yep, we have read those. That's Rich Dad, Poor Dad there, and a whole bunch of mindset books. And of course, Russell Brunson. The bottom line is, if you want to be successful, surround yourself with successful people. You will pick up good habits from them, and you will learn from them, and you will implement what they want to teach you, because that's where you want to be. What is the saying?
It's coming. I close with it, actually. But guys, listen. The point of this is short form content. You can do all of this stuff in 10 seconds in your daily activity, right? Like you're out here posting TikTok dance videos. Don't do that. Read a book, post about what you read, post about your course, post about what you learned, post about, wow, the budget projections are this for 2027, which is over $100 billion. All of this stuff is free information for you. All of this stuff is building in those your challenging objections and showing the authority. Okay, we're just building up to that.
So everything you do, you want to forward that on. Those are the small wins.
This is all short form content.
Yep, this is every bit of it. Emotions, positive and negative, your painful experiences. For me, mine was the tech stuff. I couldn't get through that funnel. Or what is Jonathan talking about? What is, how do you get response and all that other stuff? That was my pain point. But I took that pain point, learned from it, and made it to where I could forward it to everybody else. Also, my discomfort, my struggles, just wanting to throw the computer out the window, so on and so forth. But that's how you want to do your short form content of how to take and break that negative thought.
Right. And then you're like, why did I get in this business? you know, my family was falling apart. I was on the verge of divorce. My children were unruly. We had no schedule. I made a ton of money. I worked 9 months, made $107,000 as a nurse, but at the sacrifice of my family, right? And so that is a pain point that I can talk about. And then I can talk about overcoming that discomfort with the business. I was a horrible procrastinator. I bought a house in 24 hours, hundreds of miles away from home. That was a problem that this business gave me a solution. The struggles with the business, the struggles with money, the struggles with kids, the struggle of, you know, my family. Because listen, this man overcome the unachievable, and I don't think I would have pressed on. Like he had such belief in this business when no one else around him did. We made fun of him. We told him he was a scammer. We told him he was in a pyramid scheme. We made fun of his TikTok videos. Not just me, his wife, his co-workers, his family, his older children. He got a lot of slack, and he just smiled with the biggest integrity and kept on pushing.
Guess who's laughing now?
Yeah, I'm like, I apologize almost every single day. Listen, people, like, he fought the hardest fight because he would say, Amanda, come help me with the link. And I was like, nope. Please help me. Nope. Well, can I talk to you about the business? Nope. And then one day he just said, I'm getting in this business. I make money too. And I was like, you better get my money back.
And I did.
Right. And so here we are now. So joke's on me, but all of that is shareable, right? So, okay.
Nice over nasty. This is one of my pet peeves. If you are live, if you are doing content creation, your mind has to be in the right place. If it is not, I promise you, they will see it. They will read it all over your face. And if you have a negative thought in your mind, you best go for a walk around the block, start thinking about the positive stuff, and then come back and do it. But one, never argue. It does you no good. Not only that, it makes you look weak. It makes you look small. Never say you're wrong, because from their point of view, they are right. But have them prove to you, or have them explain why they're right.
Because you're not agreeing that they are correct. You are saying, yes, I understand that you believe the sky is purple, but may I show you why I believe it's blue? Right? You're not agreeing that the sky is purple. You're agreeing that they believe that. And if you keep that agreeability open, they're going to be more open to follow you through a transformation. The moment you say, what? That sky is blue and you are wrong, you shut their brain down, and you'll never go any further with them.
Yep. So never bash anyone, never bash a product. Let me tell you something that I see that happens day in and day out with this business, and it puts a sour taste on the entire industry. When you bash a product, you are bashing your own company. You are bashing your business. Stop doing it. They all work. We promote the business model because the business model works. Fortune 500 companies use it, and they actually want you to be affiliates for them. So don't do that. Absolutely. This is the do's and don'ts, and that right there will destroy you very quickly. Never engage in things you don't want done to you. Treat people the way you wish to be treated, with respect, with integrity and honesty at all times. It will serve you a lot better than going the opposite direction and headed down the wrong path.
All right. So now we're in leads, and this is David's forte here. He does a lot of TikTok lives. We close sales just like that, in private Zooms. We do that as well. And we've taken this concept and applied it. We did not leave Jonathan's program until we made enough money to get out to afford to buy any other thing. We never left because Jonathan works, right? And we made $10,000 with Jonathan before we ever did anything else. So listen, you'll not find anybody who loves Jonathan Montoya more than David and Amanda.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I on his sales page, you will see my video, and I got very emotional with that video. It was very heartfelt because Jonathan is, in my opinion, how I feel here is like my godfather, because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have this journey if it was not for him. So listen to what he says, take it to heart, and keep moving forward.
And so when David does this, we never talk about Jonathan until somebody asks. Okay. We don't ever talk about any product. He does pretty much the Russell's webinar script. Hey, I'm David with Passively Living. I am a freelance digital marketer. I've been doing it for This is for whatever. And he goes through this script in close and end. And you go, the close is, I'll be back. And sometimes he does 2 a day. I'm going to speak to you at 9 to give you some information and close you at 7 p.m. Okay. So that's what the L stands for, is live stream. But if you've got a lot of intimate questions, take them to a private Zoom, cluster your efforts. Okay. Go ahead.
Explain what you do, how you get started, how it transformed your life. Give them examples, show them examples. When you're doing TikToks, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, show a part of your life. You are the reason why they're going to get into this business. They have to know you. They have to trust you. And you have to be as open as a book to the point that they can just turn the pages. What it involves: CF, ClickFunnels, System.io, Get Response, warm and hot leads, how they can capitalize on any skill, what they should feel confident, why they should feel confident when problems arise, so on and so forth, what you will do to help them succeed. When you want somebody to succeed and you have somebody actually reach that point, it is the best feeling in the world. It means more to us than actually getting that commission check. I mean, it is so absolutely powerful.
So I'm going to bring it, because we're doing this. Jonathan just gave you guys, and I don't know, there's a lot of people who don't understand what the white label course is. So if you're in the 72-hour challenge, go watch that, because now you can do what David does with warm and hot traffic on TikTok. When he starts to discuss a sales funnel and how a sales funnel is a new form of website and what it's designed to do. We have this little whiteboard back here. We have markers, and he'll start demonstrating. Like he'll draw on his live streams and show, the purpose of a funnel and why it converts and why it's taken off. And it's so useful in this business, and how, hey, guess what? If you get into affiliate marketing, you don't like it, but you love to build funnels, because I think the funnel is a powerhouse, then you can just be a funnel builder. That's an opportunity for you. Did you know that you can, email marketing is a skill in and of itself? If you get in this business, you see that you're really good at copywriting and you don't want to make TikToks, you can get paid to be a copywriter, right? And so he ties in all of those things. But that white label course is like, you cannot afford not to watch it. And the fact that he gave you one on 2 funnel builders.
I'm gonna tell you, anything that Jonathan says to buy, we have. He said ClickFunnels 1997, boom, we bought. His the $9 challenge came out. Did we have to have it? No, but it is an asset to our business. So yes, absolutely. Even if you have Freedom Accelerator, buy it, get it done, and take it to heart and live it, breathe it, all that stuff.
All right. And then ask, answer, and appreciate. Always ask what they know. If you can do that, I don't ever have a conversation. What do you already know? Because you do not want to duplicate with nonsense they know. You'll lose them. So have them tell you what they know about your business first.
Yep. So another thing this also does is it lets you know, one, if they're working with somebody else already or have already, so you don't step on any toes. I don't like to step on toes, so therefore that actually blows that out of the water, because then I ask, okay, well, what do you already know? Okay, where did you learn that from? And then I don't ethically and immorally step on anybody's toes, in which I absolutely don't do. Ask for the understanding. Does this make sense? I mean, right now, is our presentation making sense to you? Is it jogging some things in your head?
Yeah.
Is it getting you moving to where you're just like, that's what I can do next. This is what I can do next.
Type makes sense if it makes sense. Actually, I think somebody might listen to me this time. Like I never get, I have not mastered this skill.
She wants to know. Type if this
Does it
makes
make sense, people?
We're going to have a little bit of fun, okay?
Yeah.
We're not here about it. You know, we want to have some fun.
Listen, I'm not a content creator. I cannot, you're like, why am I not getting engagement? Like, have you seen my TikTok? I just made it over 300. David is my, ask this guy. I don't know.
So answer specific questions. The reason why you want to go through all of these courses, the reason why, for example, I did the $9 challenge, 72-hour challenge is because people are going to ask me questions. I can't know the answer to questions if I don't know what they're doing. But at times you will absolutely get to that point where you can say, I don't know, and it's okay. I'll ask. I've got the resources. I can go find out. I'll let you know as soon as I can. Answer what you're promoting only if they ask. Teach the business model. Teach the transformation, the value of what it is. But never, ever mention the product that you're doing. I feel it's just better to give that value. I think it's better to just leave them in the world of what is this, what's going on, because you're
gonna know. I'm sorry, for those of you who don't use analytics and to optimize, this is one of your key components that will tell you if you're building curiosity on your live. If you never mention anything about what you're selling and they ask you, you have now can attest that I generated curiosity. They want to know, right? Hold the questions. If you can hold them on your live stream for a little bit and then say, let me finish, talk about your stuff, and then say, okay, questions open, and they stay. And to get the answer, you've done your job correctly, right? And don't lie. If they ask you, tell them.
Where are we at? Comments, emails.
No, the cost.
The cost. Oh, yes. I don't specifically answer the question to cost because we promote. You do. Well, I'm getting to that. Can you hang on a second?
Oh.
Call me a liar on live team.
No, I'm just saying, like, yes, you do. You do.
Anyways,
answer.
So I don't answer immediately. The reason being is because we promote multiple different products. So when Jonathan's laughing at you.
Welcome to Life with Amanda, guys.
Yep. So we don't answer the question of how much it costs until we can actually narrow down what is going to benefit the customer, what's going to fit right for the customer. It's that simple. But if they want to start with the basics, then guess what? I will take and give them the answers. Don't hide anything. Don't make it look like you're hiding anything because that makes you look like you're sneaky. So I give them a reason why I don't tell it at first. But then when they give me a specific question of, I just want to know a starting point, then I will give them the answer. So answer your followers with comments, emails, phone calls. The one thing, let me ask you if this makes sense. Text messages. Do they always come through clearly as intended? Do text messages always come through clearly as intended? Yes or no? Does a business actually have a phone? Yes. So the thing is that I have no problem with talking to people. That is another thing that has gained me a lot of, that's why my close rate is so high, is because I will talk to people. Appreciate what you're asking for. I get it's a lot of money, but somewhere down the road, you're going to forget you even spent that money.
Right. And so I'm going to bring the analytical Amanda into this. I read census reports and global wealth reports, true nerd, but the average income in the United States is about $35,000. Okay. So if you are selling a $3,000 product, you're asking somebody to give you 10% of their annual earnings. If you're selling a $1,500 product, you're asking them to give you 7.5% of their annual earnings. So you better do something to earn that money that they're trusting you with, right? You have to know what you're selling and know that it works. And you need to appreciate what they're giving you. This is not just something simple. This is a huge commitment to you, and you need to appreciate that.
Yep. Direct them. when you were actually on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever it is, call to action. Direct them to your link, your comment section, your messenger, transfer them to an email, your private or favorite groups, your website. Let's talk about a little.
So
actually,
when
let me take in.
Okay.
Your trusted free resources, your friends' content, such as Salvatore, Shannon.
So anybody that struggles, like I have people that contact me that may have a speech impediment, they some kind of disability, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to do terrible on camera." We adore Salvatore, and he has always been very kind and helpful to anybody who may have any kind of reservations about being attacked on camera because they're not picture perfect. If they come and say, "Well, I'm a grandma, or I'm a grandpa, I can't do this, I can't do that." Well, Shannon, she's a retired grandma, and so she will, we'll send to hi love. We send them to follow her to watch her stuff, because we know that that's going to help our students and our friends and all the things. So utilize that. Now, we promote multiple high ticket products. We promote multiple high ticket products very well. We have every high ticket program that we're in today. We have hit 10K, the 10K mark. Okay. How did we do that? Well, David and I.
You hit the wrong screen.
I did? No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'll let you do that. So this is.
This so
is
two
amazing.
Things. Okay.
Can I start? Can I start with something? Sorry. Don't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Who
knows Jonathan's affiliate stacking ecosystem? Who knows it? Give me a one. Give me a one. Give me a one, 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 one. Who knows Jonathan's affiliate stacking ecosystem? There we got 1-1. We got some ones coming in. So Jonathan has you start off with the ecosystem at TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, right? Well, this right here, what Amanda's about to start showing you, is a precursor to the affiliate stacking ecosystem.
So when we got started with Freedom Breakthrough, that's how I got exposed to System.io. And we lost a lot of business because people couldn't afford ClickFunnels. And I started to try to build funnels in System.io. And that's how I got involved, discovered, how do you say it? Arian?
The founder of System.io.
Yeah. So
Aurelian, I believe it is.
Aurelian. Yes, that's it. Thank you. And so I started to study him. And he is a brilliant man. His story is very incredible, but he had an excellent closing process. And then Russell Brunson, I read his books, David and I both. I say I a lot, but I don't come without David. So if I say I, it means us. Okay.
She's special. Go ahead.
Oh, Lord, help me. So anyway, the application funnel. And then there's a whole lot of stress over how do we market to programs, and because I will never drop Jonathan Montoya. He is my go-to number one. I trust him. I like him. I think he's humble. There's nobody who puts out a better product than him. So we actually sell more Jonathan than anything because we know the value through and through. So when we started building these up, you've got two types of people with more time than money and people with more money than time. So we had to find that solution, and we did. But how do we know without putting them in all these different directions? Well, we call this our assessment. And all this is...
Now, because it's called an assessment, that's because we're medical professionals. When we have medical patients, we assess them. So to qualify, in other words, we do an assessment. This is how, if you're promoting multiple different products, how you can actually assess or qualify people. But
in any one product, in any space, right? Because this is going to give you everything you need to know to gauge your conversation and avoid promoting something that is not a good fit. Okay. So one, hot, warm, cold, you can get a lot of this in realistic goals. That is, I'm going to pause real quick. I got a little ahead of myself. First of all, this business is not for everybody. And if you have somebody who wants to spend $9 and make $500,000 in 6 months, come on, people, that you're not my person, right? It's okay to say no to people who are not realistic in the business. So we build out a 5-year plan. So year 1, year 3, year 5. What are your goals in that amount of time?
Anytime you're building a business, you should have a plan of action, a goal setting action to where you can actually take and keep yourself and hold yourself accountable. But this right here also does another thing. It lets us know a little bit about them, but our website lets them know a little bit about us. Sorry. I'm moving along.
So why do you want to be an affiliate marketer? Successful affiliate marketers are afforded many freedoms. Which of the following most interests you? Okay. So now you know, are they more, because now what we're doing is, are they a pleasure shifter or a pain and crisis shifter? We're starting to match them up to see how they're going and what their pain points actually are. What's your fears? Now I know if they come on and say, well, I'm an IT guy, but I'm not on camera. Okay. Now I'm preparing my statement when I get on the phone with them of how do I challenge this objection on the front end so we don't get it gridlocked. Okay.
Yeah. These are all objections that we're going to know ahead of time. And can we actually overcome those objections? Absolutely, we can, because we've got the experience on how to solve that problem.
Okay. And then how satisfied are you in your current job situation? If I'm okay with it, I know that I got a little bit more transition to do. But if I'm, I can't bear to live this way for another year, then my lead's getting a little bit hotter. And then as of today, I am willing to invest what in my training. If you click 500, I know I can get you into that 3 payment plan. If you click 1,500 to 3,000, I can sell you the full course today. Or if there's something else that I'm promoting in that price range and affiliate marketing is not the best fit for you, I can move something else, right? Or I'm not ready to invest at this time. I can send them a lead magnet. I can send them the $9 course. If you can't give me $9 to see if this business is right for you, but you'll waste it on coffee, you're not my people. In the last 30 days, I've used the following. Now I know how comfortable they are on social, right?
I'm too far. Sorry.
That's okay. No, that's okay. This is just a little filler.
So
stuff.
have they used Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, LinkedIn, all that stuff? It gives you an idea of how comfortable they are with the online space as well. I'm trying to get
go.
I am. Most of the time, how do you make changes? Is it because of pain, loss, force, pleasure, purpose, benefits, choice, no real reason? Seem like the thing to do at a time. This will actually take and help you decide how desperate this person is. If they are deciding crisis, pain, loss, and force, you have somebody that you need to pay attention to.
Well, so I don't mean to cut you off. Yeah. Listen, you guys, we do really well together because we come at different angles. There was a story we should have told about that.
That's okay.
But anyways, so here's the thing about this as well. If they're a crisis, pain, loss, force shifter like me, we're going to hit those pain points. But if they are a pleasure, purpose, benefits type of choice, we're going to highlight we're going to be the shiny object, right? Like, oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do this. Or it solves this problem for you, this problem. Like, I know you're tired of this XYZ. And this, so that's how you gauge your conversation based upon the people you're dealing with. And then I give them an open spot to go on, to give me a little bit about their background. And it is amazing how many tearful stories you'll get in this thing. So this is how we kind of gauge. And if we have a hot, warm, or we're not sure, everybody goes to this assessment and it submits. I print it out. We prepare before a phone call.
Now, let's get ready for the bomb drop. Who's ready for the bomb drop? I'm going to give it to you. This may seem like a bunch of questions to you, but qualifying has a whole different mental mindset. How many people have actually been to the car dealership? Doesn't matter what kind of car dealership. You're going to the car dealership and you were going there because you have to buy a car. You have to have transportation. Your car is getting ready to break down, and you go to the car dealership. Next thing you know, you're going to be sitting at a table, and the finance manager is going to come out to you with a questionnaire, an assessment, a qualifying form, right? So what's going to happen? They're going to take and put this piece of paper in front of you. You're going to fill it out, which we have people do. They literally go to it. They fill this out, and now they're wondering if they're qualified or something thereof, right? What's the most nerve-wracking part? Sitting in a chair, arms crossed, drinking a cup of cheap coffee that they gave you, and you're sitting there, and the next thing you know, you see the finance manager walking from behind the hallway, and they come over and they say, "You're approved."
Woo!
What?
Right?
What does that do to your brain? That right there, "you're approved," this assessment, however you want to do it, puts that person in that frame of mind. And guess what? They are now approved. They have the same mindset as buying a car. And guess what? We're going to get them through the process a whole lot faster.
You chose me.
Yep.
Right? When somebody is chosen or approved, it changes the way your brain is working at that moment and puts you into a more agreeable yes state of mind. Okay. So this has a lot of power behind it. But guys, you want to simplify things, look for ways to do that.
Even take these questions and ask these questions. Let's see. Next slide is...
This is all day here.
This is definitely... I don't care what industry you are in. Please take this to heart. When you have somebody going from cold to hot, when you get them in the hot seat, if you don't ask for the sale, it will not happen. You have to ask for the sale because they're going. And then you say, "Okay, we'll talk to you soon." And then they're like, "Well, what do I do now?" Well, the next step was ask for the sale. The next step was for them to buy, right? Ask for the sale. Send them straight to the checkout page. Send them to the 72-hour challenge.
If they're warm.
If they're warm. If they're cold, send them lead magnets. Send them a thank you after you sell them and everything else, and make sure they understand their value. And that is, you're thankful for them. You appreciate them. Send them the encouragement to keep going, because every single day, I don't care if you've got the mindset. You're already here. You're ready to go. But there are daily tasks that you have to keep your head focused. And you know what? You being a leader in the industry, you send them that encouragement that's going to keep them rocking and rolling. Okay. Does that make sense?
All right. Yours. So this is just like a recap and just some things that I think that are important to keep in mind when you're doing this business. One, your role you're an affiliate, and that role is a problem solver, right? You're finding solution to people's problems they may not even know they have. For instance, I didn't know I needed to be a stay-at-home mom to keep my family together. This business did that for me, right? And you can show people that. You may not be responsible for the customer service of the product, but you do have a responsibility to your customers. So own that responsibility. Know, use, and trust products before you promote them. It may not be your product, but it's your trusted word. And if you make recommendations on really lousy products, your word is going to fall apart very quickly. Be resourceful, creative, and never forget what it means and feels to be a beginner. Bring the business into you, not you into the business. Leveraging is to assist you with time to get going and to inspire you how to write your stories and your emails and whatever. It is not to be copied word for word and used forever. You have to be authentic. People are buying into you, not Jonathan. He would not be, we transfer them to Jonathan because they trust us. Okay. Always be honest. If you make a mistake, admit it and follow through on what you promise. There may be things that like right now we got a lot going on, and typically I'll respond to your messages really quickly, and I forgot things. Guess what? I'm human. Things happen. Life happens. If I forget, I say, guys, oh my God, I forgot. stay on top of me, whatever, but never lie. It's okay not to have an answer. You know where to find it. And this is going to go into, if there's anybody who says, I know all there is to know about anything, affiliate marketing, nursing, whatever, you better run. They're lying. It changes too fast. You'll never know it all. There's new people, new ideas every single day. You just have to be a step ahead. Okay. Also, you can't know what you don't know. So if you try to fake it, you don't know if they know more than you, and you make yourself look like an idiot. So play it safe. Be honest. Okay. As long as you're one step ahead of them, you're an expert to someone. Believe in what you sell and always strive to master your craft. Never stop learning. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. You better find a new one. That's all.
The other thing is too, your stance. Your position can change at any time. Your destination is a great place. But if you use your stance, if you use where you're coming from as the fuel to get you moving, you're going to get there a lot faster. So let's get going. Let's go with the questions.
Dude, you guys are amazing. This was so good. Like, wow. You guys just dropped some incredible knowledge, because I think a lot of people just focus on creating content, especially beginners, right? But as you start learning the game, it's like, how can we start closing them? So that is incredible. I love the application process as well. I know some people are asking about that, so I'm not sure if you guys have some examples, but we'll go through that in the questions.
Yeah, I can print it out. Like, you can get in it on our website, but I can print it out and give it. It's just I did that in Google Forms, right? Like, that's it.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
I don't care to share it.
Awesome. Well, did you guys enjoy the training? Comment #enjoyed, or just I enjoyed the training. Just comment down below. So, guys, I know we'll do some Q&A, and then we're going to choose somebody for the $100 after Q&A. Before though, I want to make sure people are following you guys, and they can thank you for the training. Where can we follow you?
Okay.
Or what's the best place?
So David is passively _living on TikTok.
Okay.
I am learnads_ with Amanda, I think.
Okay.
We're both on TikTok, but you'll see us connected. And then Facebook, we have Passively Living with David and Amanda is our business page. And then our David and Amanda McCarty are private, or what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Personal, not private. Jesus, personal.
Okay.
Personal pages.
Awesome. Let me pull up. I'm sorry, Amanda. What was yours on?
Let me look.
On TikTok. I just want to make sure I have the right one. While she's looking, guys, do me a big favor, okay? Go to their profiles, okay? Like maybe on TikTok or Facebook. Yeah. But go and just say thank you for the training. I really do appreciate you guys coming on, taking the time and training my students in the traffic challenge. I really appreciate that. And if you guys can go to their profile, follow them, support them, hack them, see what they're doing, right? But also go thank them for being on here, because they took a lot of time to create the slides, the framework, all that good stuff. So if you guys can do that for me. Amanda, did you find yours?
Yes, it's learnads_ with Amanda.
Learn ads. Oh, there it is.
And listen, mine is very new. Like David is the content guy. So any followers I get, I would love to be able to go live on my own TikTok someday when I grow up.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well,
I'm like, I crossed 300, babe.
I do have that 1,000 TikTok hacks. I mean, maybe you guys can use that if you want to just go live. So check that out when you get a chance. But anyways, okay. So learnads_ with Amanda. Go follow her, and go follow David McCarty. So passively _living. And just guys, please go blow up their account. Just comment, just say thank you, all that good stuff. I appreciate it if you guys can do that. So, all right, let's do some Q&A. I'll let you guys just pick out some questions here.
So I saw the one. How do you bring
I'll have to bring it up. Just say the name and I'll read it, and I'll see if I can find it.
What was his name?
How to bring value as a beginner. I just had to pull that.
How to bring value as a beginner. I touched the mouse and I lost it.
It's okay. Do you know who it was from?
No, because I was just reading it. Go ahead, try to find it.
It's okay. We can just read the question. There's so many comments, so it's fine.
So how to bring value as a beginner. First off, learn how to pair yourself with Jonathan. When you get in with Jonathan, you are a team. For example, if you want to take advantage of our white label challenge, guess what? You just paired yourself. You put some authority behind it with some conviction, and you partnered yourself with Jonathan. That's how you leverage Jonathan, and that's how you're going to take and be able to start off as a beginner. Also sharing your small wins.
So listen, I think this is over. I don't know what thought. Okay. Just by taking that step and committing, you have done something many others are so afraid to do. Mm-hmm. So just by saying, I opted in, that is valuable to someone, right? So it doesn't have to be like the being able to display that you took a calculated risk to somebody is valuable. Being able to say, hey, I'm awkward on camera. Like I'm awkward on camera. I have a very hard time looking at that, and I'm ADHD, right? And so I know I don't do everything right. So I address it. Hey, I'm weird, awkward. I stutter sometimes, and I don't look at the camera in the right spot. So forgive me, because that's going to be encouraging to somebody else who is like you, right? My house isn't always perfect. If your mom's, just say, I use that one day. Hey, guess what? I'm working from home on my back porch. It doesn't have to be that you work, on a cruise ship, which we've done. Maybe it's just being able to stay home with kids, right? Those kind of things are valuable.
Awesome. Love it.
I'm looking at the name and I cannot pronounce it.
No worries.
It is actually in Spanish, but the question is, how can I do this if I'm not perfect in English?
Oh, great question.
So I know on YouTube, especially, they have a translator that you can go. Jonathan is more versed in YouTube, but I know that you can select another language, but you can also use a translator device, or just say, "Hey, I'm not really great in English." Just identify the fact. They'll appreciate you being honest. And then say, I'm learning. If that's not a problem with you, I'd be happy to still help you. And we'll work it out together.
Yeah. And I want to address that as well. Because I think part of the concern is like, well, I can't speak great English, right? Maybe they have an accent. Well, Camila on day number 3, she mentioned that, right? She's Brazilian. English was like her second language, and she was very, very uncomfortable speaking. But she got out of their comfort zone anyway. She pushed through it. Like, everyone has something that is going to hold them back, whether it's a language barrier. Salvatore, he's partially deaf. Like, there's all kinds of things that can hold you back, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, we can't control those things, right? And so it's like,
and practice makes perfect, right? If you address it and say, hey, it may be I may struggle a little bit at times, but I'm willing to go for it with you because I want to work with you. As long as they agree to let you practice, and then they're more aware too. Like, hey, if this doesn't make sense, let me clarify that with him, because he's still learning the English language. So he may have said something that he didn't intend to say, right? And so you just got to do it, right?
Yeah.
You just
love it.
Got to do it.
You guys are going to have bumps. You guys are going to have hills. You guys are going to have bruises. You're going to have mountains. You are the one that can adapt, improvise, and overcome. You have to make that challenge, take it head on, and get over it as quickly as you possibly can.
So David, he puts out great content, right? He tells me all the time, you stuttered, you slurred your word or something. I don't fix all of those mistakes because, 1, I don't have time. 2, it's who I am. If you have a phone call with me, that will happen. So if that is an irritant to you now, in 10-second video that I went, oh, wait, let me fix that, then you do not want to have a conversation with me on the phone, because that's who I am and what I do. So I have a different aspect of that. Now, as we grow and I get better, and, you know, there's certain things that does matter. But as a general rule of thumb, I got to make the best use of my time. I have 3 children, a husband, a house, a business.
4 children.
3 yeah.
Anyways,
y'all know how many times he kicks me in the ankle to shut me up while we're on the live streams.
Trying to see how many questions. Somebody else asked.
Can you just pick them, or
yeah, Jonathan?
Jonathan,
sure. Yeah, okay. So let me go through here.
She's scary on the phone, Jeff.
Let's see. Okay, here. Let me see. What it is.
There's sharp objects.
Okay. Okay. Here's a good question.
I mean, you're an affiliate marketer, right? Your business is taking a buying customer, playing the middleman, and sending them to the product, right? Now, do I have to close the sales myself? No, I don't. But as a business entity, I chose that. I mean, I don't have to do phone calls.
You don't close the sales.
Yeah,
so. Stop focusing on closing the sale.
Mm-hmm.
Put your focus on preparing for the sale.
Yeah.
Because if you prepare correctly, the selling is effortless, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you stop focusing on the end result and the beginning, right, making sure they're ready. Because if they're cold and you send them a sale, you've lost them. Whereas if you can, you know, do the process that we discussed in the beginning, prep for the sale is easy.
Yep. And Jonathan does a great job with his program to begin with. His course sells itself. So you really don't have to do the work.
No. And I've seen a lot of stuff on here too about people who are Freedom Breakthrough 2.0 and then now Accelerator. So I'm going to talk to you about a benefit that you can absolutely leverage. As a coach, my job after Accelerator, I don't spend any time with students hardly at all, right? Like the hardest thing is getting them registered for ClickFunnels and maybe answering some quick tech questions. But Accelerator is so well written. Like he does a phenomenal job inside Accelerator that selling Freedom Breakthrough 2.0, even though I do make 75% commission on that, versus the 50, it doesn't make sense because I have more time to do more things with Accelerator because Accelerator takes the wheel, right? Once I just get them in and get them going, and the rest is cake.
It has been, Jonathan, it was a huge, huge transformation with that.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely love it because people are just going right through it. Do we have another question?
Yeah, let me pull this up here. Let me see. Okay. Well, I think we kind of answered this, but what tool did you use? I think you said Google Forms, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I just composed those questions based upon I again, I'm a nerd. So I studied closing, right? And say his name again. Aurelian, yes.
Is that right?
I've never met him, but his story is remarkable, and I encourage you to go read all his free resources. And his process made so much sense to me. And so I just really buckled down on that, pulled that in to what we do naturally as healthcare providers. You know, David goes on.
And Russell Brunson also does that as well. He has an application. He talks about the application.
Yeah. And so like, if you can, you know, you do this in any sales, whether you're checking out at the gas station, but for us, I'm like, Dave, let's think about this, right? You walk on scene to a bloody situation and save a life with zero information.
Yep.
Right? Same concept. You walk into a store, you don't know where something is. You need to get to it in a hurry. Same concept. You go to buy a car, same concept, right? It's not just because we tailor it with another label, the concept in and of itself on how you get information out of people is the same. Does that make sense?
Love it. Love it. Just
I
a
mean,
quick question here on which funnel you use. I'm assuming,
Yes.
I think you said ClickFunnels, right?
We use them both.
ClickFunnels all day is by far the most trusted, the ease of use. That is our recommendation. But System.io is up and coming very quickly and will do you well as well.
Yeah.
I have them all. I have System.io, ClickFunnels Classic, and 2.0.
Yeah.
We push our funnels out of ClickFunnels, but I coach System.io too. And really, System.io is a great product for people. But I'm like a diehard Russell Brunson fan. Like, I want to go on stage and meet Russell. Like, Russell is huge in this house. My kids and I watch replays on YouTube about Funnel Hacker Live. Like, he's a household name. So I love Russell Brunson. Okay. He doesn't even know I exist, but I am like big fan. So ClickFunnels all day. On that
and that's a testament to how he's built his following, right? Because I'm not gonna lie, I think there's better funnel builders out there. Like Go High Level is probably the best in my opinion. But I'm a ClickFunnels ride or die fan. I'll always use ClickFunnels because of Russell Brunson, the stories he tells, how I resonate with him, right? So
and he gives so much.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing.
He
it's
built
like
schools in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He helps with the sex trafficking world. Like, he's a great person, and to me, that's very important.
But yeah, to answer your question, Marianne, I know they use ClickFunnels. I use ClickFunnels. In the challenges, I give you the option to use ClickFunnels or System.io because I just don't want excuses. Because back then, before System.io was really a thing, you had to have ClickFunnels, and that would stop people from paying, from moving forward. So there's no excuse anymore. You know what I mean? Like you literally don't have to pay for anything if you don't want to. So yeah.
So I really want to answer this fun question. What are the pros and cons of being a married couple in your business? And do you both have businesses of your own that the other is not a part of? First of all, Amanda and I work very well together, only for the simple fact that we are literally polar opposites. I'm left-handed. She's right-handed. I'm tall. She's short. I'm born on an island way out west, and she's born in Kentucky.
And a backwoods farm.
Everything about us is 100% different. So I bring something to it. She brings something to it. And then we meet in the middle. The cons, she's always telling me she's right.
That's not true. I'm proving to you that I'm right. First of all, I'm proving that I'm right.
That's funny.
Do we ever clash? Sure. But I am a very strong-willed country bumpkin from a holler. And if I know I'm right, I put a lot of money and research and time into that. And ultimately, I'll do what I want to prove that I'm right if I know it. Right. So that rarely happens anymore. But no, I don't come without David. Like, I can talk about David because he's mine. But if Amanda is not without David and David is not without Amanda anymore. And actually, in the beginning, I didn't take a lot of credit for it. You didn't even see me at all. And I refused to take credit for that because, listen, guys, I was not very nice to him when he needed help that first 6 months. He would ask me, and I flat out said, nope. Amanda, will you help me do this? Nope. So I did not earn that $10,000, right? And I will not take credit for something I didn't do. So, I'm right a lot. But if I'm wrong, I admit it. And I was wrong about that. And I didn't earn that money. David did. So I don't steal that credit from him. But as a team, I don't come without him, right? And
typical married couple.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's so good. Real quick, I want to do the giveaway, and we can still do some Q&A.
Got one already in mind.
So again, guys, if you guys enjoyed the training, just comment enjoyed down below. And then I'll let you guys pick. I don't know if you've seen some like of the same people commenting the most engaged.
I have, and he's been standing out a lot.
Samuel,
and the last name is
Samuel.
I ain't even going to try. Listen, if I had to pass pharmacology verbally, we would not be a nurse today.
Samuel
Mawagi. Yes.
Mwangi. Yeah.
Samuel, congratulations.
Congrats, brother.
Thank you for all the questions in here, and he emphasized a lot of things. He was just like all capital letters.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed him in the beginning through them. Every time I looked, I would see him. So good. Yeah. Thank you for being engaged and giving us feedback. And
boom, there it is, brother.
There he is. Samuel, you could either contact me on Facebook Messenger or contact my support email, support@jonathanmontoyalive.com. I just need your PayPal email and I'll send you $100. Just like that. Easy money. Cool. All right. Well, we can keep going, guys. I don't know how much time you guys have. There's tons of questions in there.
Yeah.
We can answer questions. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, now they're buried because everyone's commenting. So it's all good. Let me see here. Let's do maybe a few more. Okay, so someone asked about ClickFunnels 2.0. I'm still using Classic, to be honest.
Same.
Yeah, yeah. So
we're right there with you.
ClickFunnels 2.0, I've tried to build out. It's intense, right? There's a lot of good training in there, but it's going to take some time and dedication to get that up and running. So I still use Classic and I play with 2.0. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to renew that. But we use so much of a website that I don't know that it's worth the time to transition all of that over. There's just a lot of work involved in it. It's a powerful product. I don't knock it. Like, I love the concept. And it has a good options, but we're still pushing Classic.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. I don't see actually any more coming in new. So,
okay.
Yeah. So I think we can end it here though, but
okay, good.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I really appreciate you coming on. This was so good. And I feel like every single day has led up to like this training. It's like at first Emily was talking about how do we even start creating content, right? How do we attract people? And then we had Amy coming on the lives.
Yeah.
And we had Camila talking about Instagram and how she gets people to start viewing her videos. And we had Joshua yesterday talking about, conversion and how he gets people to, take action. Now you guys are on the other side of things, right? It's like, okay, now they're engaging. How can we get them to, convert now? And this was so good. So I really appreciate you guys coming on. Are you guys doing notes, or do you guys have a PDF or something you're going to do?
Yes, I'll send you. It's a slideshow. I'll send it to you.
Yep.
Okay, cool. If you guys want to type in notes down below, and then we'll get that to you as soon as possible. Just type in notes down below.
So
I know you guys.
The white label course is inside your workbook in the 72-hour challenge, correct? Access to it, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's on day 2 of the 72-hour challenge, correct?
Okay.
Yeah, or it should be in the workbook as well. So yeah, cool.
All right.
Well, thank you guys again so much. Is there any last words you want to say before we leave?
Jonathan, first, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity. You are a godsend.
Appreciate that.
Keep it up. Keep striving forward and helping people.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I've been in a lot of courses, a lot. And I say this over and over. You will never find the amount of value at such a price point. He could charge well over what he does. He could have increased the price well over he could have done so many things, but he didn't, right? Because he truly wants to change a life. And, financial struggles are huge. It's a big commitment. And the fact that you could spend, listen, like the $9 challenge, you get affiliate links with that. You can start teaching people how to, promote and sell. And from $9 investment, you can earn the cost of your course, buy the course and build and build and build and never go in a deficit. That's not necessary. And if, there was a time that we could not afford the $1,500, that would have been really hard for us. And so being a poor person my whole entire life, knowing that, that to me is very, very huge. He is extremely humble. I have never contacted him where I needed help with something. He didn't help me. I know that he helps you all. He gives you a ton of value for a micro amount of money in the grand scheme of things. I mean, some people out here charge thousands of dollars to coach and they're not even really good at it. So this man does a lot for you. He gives you everything that you need to succeed. And actually I wrote a mathematical equation about this. I wrote about it.
We'll
But the only way you fail this program is if you don't work it. I had to know 100% that if you fail, why do some people fail? They don't do the program. If you don't work it, you fail. That's it. He gives you more than enough to succeed with a small percent of what he gives you. You can build a good business out of that. And that is powerful.
Thank you so much.
Do you guys realize that colleges are now teaching digital marketing?
Yeah, you asked me to put that in there. I forgot.
That's so cool. Yeah, I saw that.
And the thing about this is that what does Robert Kiyosaki say? You can either learn from a real teacher or you can learn from a fake teacher. Jonathan is a real teacher because he's teaching you everything that he does day in and day out. A college is going to hire a teacher to teach you how to do digital marketing, and it's going to cost you 10 times more. Hands down, Jonathan's the answer.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. You guys are making my day. So cool. I really appreciate that, for real. That it's funny because I could have just program I created, because it's a lot of work to create programs. But when I see certain objections or certain like problems, I try to solve them as much as I can. So that's why I don't make other programs, not necessarily to like make more money. It's more, how can I make this better so I can get someone a result, right? I created the 72-hour challenge because the 3-day challenge didn't have a way to create a funnel for free, right? So yeah, I appreciate you saying that. That really means a lot. So thank you, guys.
Well, and I think like a lot of people appreciate, especially when they're getting started, that they can see the behind the scenes without wasting a bunch of money, because everybody fears that, right?
Yeah,
and so the fact that they can see that they can build a business and operate that business by just spending $9, it gives them the confidence to keep going and make that investment. And, are they going to only need that $9 course? Not likely. They're going to want that. They're going to need to level up, right? But it's a valuable way to start. And so don't promise them that they're going to get 9 figures on $9.
Yeah.
It's all dependent on you guys.
Yeah.
As long as you have a goal, as long as you have the knack to learn and then take that knowledge and implement that knowledge and help people, it will serve you better. Your value will serve you better than any job. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Cool. I want to share one last thing, guys. Tomorrow I'm actually doing a special training. I've never shared this besides people in my inner circle. Okay. So I'm actually really excited about this. I'm just calling it the 0 to a million complete roadmap. Okay. So how I went from 0 to a million, but like the behind the scenes, right? There's so much more that I've done that maybe a lot of you maybe don't know or haven't seen. So this is a special training I'm doing for you guys tomorrow. This will be just me personally. So I hope you guys can make it. If you guys want to see this training, just comment 7 figures down below. Okay. But it'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow in the group, YouTube, all that good stuff. So anyways, I just want to throw that out there. That way you guys are on tomorrow. It's going to be fun. So yeah.
Very good.
All right.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. David, Amanda, you guys are amazing. I love having people like you inside the community. Someone that actually believes in what we're doing here. It means so much to me because at the end of the day, I want good people to be inside this program. And I'll have a story tomorrow about like some crazy stuff that happened. But yeah, I'll leave that for tomorrow. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. I really do. So thank you.
We appreciate you as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Because you changed our lives.
Awesome.
So
well,
awesome.
I'm proud of you, Amanda. David, I can't wait till you quit your job, and we'll talk to you guys soon. God bless.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.